Omega have released two special edition Speedmaster Chronoscopes for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. In this video, we're going to take a look at Omega's Olympic history and also a closer look at the two Speedmaster Chronoscope special editions I have here in front of me. The 2024 Paris Summer Games will be the 29th time Omega have been official timekeeper for the Olympics, with only Seiko, Hoya and Longines muscling in on a century-long dominance since their first official games in 1932. Over the decades, Omega have poured resources into the pursuit of the very thing that drives the watch industry: accuracy. And not just for civilian wrists. At London 2012, they introduced tech that can measure millionths of a second, and at the 2018 Winter Games in Pyeongchang introduced continuous time monitoring for athletes, fitting for somewhere so close to the 39th parallel. They've supplied badass starter pistols, stopwatches, and start blocks, but our favourite items are always the limited edition watches they produce as part of their partnership. There have been some absolute corkers over the years. Some of the best include the 1968 Chronostop for the Mexico Olympics, the 1976 Chrono Quartz Annie Digi watch for Montreal, and the absolutely astonishing double column wheel COSC certified 100th of a second Rattrapante stopwatches used at the 1932 Los Angeles Games. In fact, Omega currently make a modern reinterpretation of this using the original and rediscovered plans and drawings. It comes in either rose gold, yellow gold, or white gold, and costs £112,000. Here in the modern era, I have in front of me the latest special editions, the 2024 Paris Olympic Speedmaster Chronoscopes, one in stainless steel with an anodized aluminium bezel, and the other in Omega's lustrous Moonshine gold with a ceramic bezel, both in 43mm. That size is all important here, as it gives breathing space to the black subdials and 1940s styled tachymeter, telemeter, and pulsometers, which dominate the opaline dial. Overall, it's not a dramatic change to the standard chronoscope, which is available in a variety of metal and colour combinations, with the steel, white dial and blue indexes being my current favourite, but here the look is far more lavish, especially in the full gold version. Powering the watch is the suitably accurate coaxial master chronometer caliber 9908, which is certified by Metas and hops, skips and jumps over your standard COSC. It's accurate, anti-magnetic, and an all-round fantastic caliber with a double barrel for 60 hours of power reserve, or 10 50k race walks, the longest event in the Olympics currently. That movement sealed in by a commemorative stamped caseback with a mirror-polished Paris 2024 logo and the Olympic rings. As you may have noticed, there's no limited edition number, meaning that these are now mainline collection watches. Despite their 43mm diameter and 13mm height, the Chronoscope sits flush to the wrist. The tapered 3-link bracelet also looks great with alternate brushed and polished finishing, and the micro adjustment clasp is always a welcome addition. It does, however, have a tendency to catch the hairs on my arm, and it might be worth considering the leather strap option if you're particularly hirsute. When operating the chronograph, the pushers offer a nice amount of resistance, but also have a distinctive bite, and all round it feels very well made. Standard Omega fare, really. Out of the handsome pair, the gold version does feel more special, but then again it should at £48,500 on the bracelets or £30,900 on leather. While the steel version is significantly less, as you would imagine, at £9,300 on the bracelet or £8,900 on leather. That's only £400 more than the standard Chronoscope. It's hard to deny these watches are lovely. I'm a big fan of the Chronoscope's vintage good looks, but these two Paris editions lack the exceptionality of some of the previous Olympic tie-ins. Even the Seamaster Diver 300M Paris 2024 launch last year included a new typeface on the date wheel, a customized second hand with the game's logo at the tip, and a new dial finish, differentiating it from the standard 300M collection. Unfortunately, that model will only be available in Paris boutiques, but it's relatively accessible at £8,000. Either way, if you're a chronograph or a dive watch fan and want something to celebrate the upcoming Paris Games, Omega has you covered, even if both watches are relatively safe compared to their historic Olympic watches.